Hey, welcome back. You got time for a beer? My name's Jake. This is my show. You can find me all over the place at Untappd YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TubaJake_69. Yeah, today's Thursday, so I got a new brew, something I haven't had before. It's called Sleek It Scottish Ale from Dimes Brew House in Dimondale, Michigan. Yeah, Dimes Brew House, brewed and canned by Dimes Brew House, Dimondale, Michigan. Scottish Ale, Sleek It, your friendly village brewery, 5.6% ABV, canned on 11/10, so not too long ago, pretty fresh. Sleek It is Scottish for sleek or smooth, also meaning crafty or deceitful. So crafty for a craft beer is pretty clever, and I like that a lot. So it's a Scotch ale, so it should be brownish. Generally, the ones that I've had have been pretty high ABV, but this one is not that. This one's just a little bit more than a Budweiser, so deceitful. It's like a light Scotch ale. It's crazy, right? That's what I think. Crazy. Why would you want to do that? Got the nice glass out because I figured, oh, this will be super heavy. Scotch ale. Obviously, it's going to be heavy. But not the case. Deceitful. They snuck up on me. What's it supposed to be like? Like I said, Scotch ale. So it's dark. It's actually a lot darker than what I was expecting it to be. This is more, I wouldn't even say brown. I would think it would be brown, but this is almost black, which is cool. Should be more sweet than it is bitter. Yeah, let's see what this is like. It smells boozy. Weird. It's sweet. Not quite as much of the, not hop. There's not a lot of hops in it. It almost tastes like there's grapes in it, which is interesting. Because I wouldn't expect it to be sour. But very malt forward. The malt is a little bit bitter, but mostly sweet. Man, this tastes pretty much exactly how I was expecting it to taste. But I was expecting it to taste a little bit hotter. Hotter meaning like more alcohol flavor to it. But this doesn't have the alcohol flavor to it. It's real nice. It is kind of filling though. Like I can feel this one. Does it taste like it? It doesn't taste like it's got anything that would usually make it feel like it's filling, like oats or milk or, well, milk solids being lactose. Doesn't taste like it's got that in it. Usually they'll do some like rice or something, rice hulls or something like that in there. So Budweiser uses. But I'm not feeling it. I think it's just the malt that's doing it. It could be that it's the unhulled malt, which would be neat. Maybe it's not malted. That'd be interesting. Put a little unmalted barley in there. Would make it so that it doesn't ferment. A lot like the oats probably don't either, because they're not fermented either. But that'd be interesting. I don't know how you do that. I'm a little bit into homebrewing, but not enough to tell you that that's how you do it. But this is good. I like it a lot. What other beers does this remind me of? Dirty Bastard. Not you guys. The Founders Scotch Ale, Dirty Bastard. It kind of reminds me of that. Except the Dirty Bastard's a little bit hotter than this. It's heavier. There's more alcohol in the Dirty Bastard. because, well, obviously it's a dirty bastard and sneaks up on you. Any other ones that I can think of right off the top of my head? No, not really. A story. I could tell you a story about how I'm probably moving my setup here over across the room to the inside wall because I'm supposed to have my my basement redone, or make it so that it doesn't get wet all the time, which would be super awesome when that happens. But yeah, it's going to change up how this looks, which is fine, I think. I don't think my sister's going to have a big problem with me moving my stuff around. Just, I got to move her stuff around so that we can make that work out so that we can actually get that done. So that's going to be awesome. For real. Awesome. Yeah, so there's that. What else does this remind me of? I've got another story for you that this reminds me of. It reminds me of the first time that I actually had Dirty Bastard Scotch Ale from Founders. I went to a wedding down near Holland, I think. Two tuba players were getting married, which, I don't know if I've said this before, but it's a terrible idea. And one of the tuba union bylaws is no homosexual relations. I don't give a crap. Well, I don't care if you like people of the same sex. That's fine with me. You got to remember when these were written, it was the late 90s, so gay was still being used as a pejorative, and one of the rules is don't be gay. But really it means don't be stupid, you piece of crap, is really what that means. But yeah, what else? Two tuba players were getting married, Nookie and Gidget. Obviously not their real names. I mean, they're real names, but not their real names. And Sheba and myself were definitely there. And Marissa, I think, was invited at least. Who else was there? Test Drive. Yeah, it was a good time. Dry wedding, which is why I brought beer, because they were still super young. They like just graduated. I think they might have been 20 when they got married. They've got three beautiful children together. One of them's got super red hair, and the other two are, well, and one of them looks a lot like their father. She looks a lot like her father, which is okay. But yeah, it was a good time. Not as much dancing as you'd expect at a wedding, but like I said, dry wedding. The food was good, which was nice. The place where they had the wedding, super nice. I mean, the other tuba weddings that I've been to have been amazing. Toby's wedding was down near Detroit. Had the actual wedding, it was at the high school, and then they rented out a hall for the evening, and that was sweet. And then, well, Sheba's was nice. There was a little bit of beer there, but it was like an afternoon wedding. It was really strange because, like, that day, the rest of my family, not my brother, because the kid and I flew out the next day. We were going to Disney World. So the 17th of December, they had their wedding down southwest corner of the state. Super fun. And drove down through the snowstorm. Ooh, carbonated, very carbonated. It's making me burp. Drove down through the snowstorm. Hung out, drank a lot of Blue. That kid puked all over Shiva's jacket. It was awesome. Got to get my tux and put that on and return it the next day. They were not happy when I returned it because I just threw it all in the bag and was like, "Here you go. There's a tux." But yeah, there's that. So went down there, had fun, drank a little bit, and then drove back home. Well, home because it's like right there, and went to bed. The next day we woke up, drove to the airport, and flew to Disney World for his birthday. Actually, for my brother's birthday, it was pretty sweet. Spent 12 days. Well, I think we actually spent 11 days in Disney, but it was a blast. If you ever get a chance to spend Christmas that time in Disney World, do that because it's amazing. So much fun. So much fun. Worth it. One time. Well, 2 times. Like, with your parents and then with your children. Or with your spouse if you're not going to have children. Or by yourself if you're not going to have children and you're not going to get married. Or with your significant other if you're not going to have children and you're not going to get married. Or with your significant other and your children if you're not going to get married and you're going to have children. However you want to do it. But twice probably. Worth it. For sure. That was real good. And it's kind of late at night. Well, I mean, late at night. It's early in the morning. I've got a quote for you. This one is by Margaret Mead. She was an anthropologist. She said, "I was wise enough to never grow up while fooling most people into believing I had." Speaking of Disney World, Peter Pan's ride is very fun. But that sounds like so much fun. Don't grow up. It's a trap. If you can convince other people that you are grown up and not have grown up, do that. It's a good time. So, you can find me on Untappd, YouTube. Hopefully you're watching this there. Twitter and Instagram, all at TubaJake_69. Man, I am falling all over my words today. TubaJake_69 at all those places. Untappd, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. So, check me out. Super cute, look. Next time, you got time for a beer.